Hey guys, this is Rob. Streaming some Bant. Something I've been working on lately. I think Bant's kind of well positioned right now. I've been land screwed so many times with this, and I have more lands than I usually have. I got 24 in here, as to my usual 22 or 23, which is what I'm normally comfortable with, but I keep getting land screwed, so maybe I'll drop the lands to my normal, and that will trick the shuffler into giving me actual lands. Pretty much every single hand I've played for every game, which has been like 5 or 6 matches now, I've had one or two at the most lands. Pillar Flames. Okay. And continue to be land screwed. Great. That's awesome. I get sick of mulliganing just for lands. So it's a little red-white Delver, or red-blue Delver, that is. He's burning all my dorks. Eventually I'll draw a land, right guys? Right? Come on. It'll happen. Sweet. Put the Pride Mage out. Beta counter. It's actually not that bad. I mean, he has burned my dorks, but okay. You know, you're gonna use resources on those. That's one thing. That could work against you. He hasn't flipped his Delver, thank goodness. There we go. So here, I think I want to play. I think I want to play the Voice and bait another counter. Oh, it sticks. Nice. He's gonna cast a spell on my turn. Okay. That's fine with me. Feel free to bolt that now and give me 2 tokens. Actually, if he bolts it, I'll get 3. That's a really big mistake there. He doesn't. Okay, cool. Okay, he bolts the token. I'm happy with that. That card is nuts, I think. The voice, I think, is nuts. It's crazy good. Yeah, he's straight top decking. Yeah, I'll path this next turn. It's hurting me, but if I had some lands, this hand would have played out a lot smoother. mage, which is kind of good actually. Down the Pride Mage. Let's go ahead and fry that thing. Yeah, that hurts him. The voice is so nuts because against blue, because they cannot effectively remove this thing. They gonna counterspell stuff in your turn. You're getting free tokens. What did he reveal? Serum Visions. Okay. Pyro. Okay. I can block Young Pyro's stuff. Not sweating him. Hmm. Mr. Grimm. Still land screwed pretty damn bad here. That helps a bit. Take out Grimm. He's jump blocking. That's good. The token's just taking him apart. Yeah, took him down. I'm cool with that. I think it works pretty well as is. Um, I'm not convinced on this card. I'm not sold on it yet. I've been testing it. At 3cc in Bant colors, I have got a hell of a lot of stuff to choose from. And the Knight is kind of cool. They do get huge, but they take some work to get huge. I think I might look at something else. Post any ideas you might have. I'm thinking about trolls and stuff other than that. 3cc, I got a lot to choose from, but I'd like a critter in this case. So let me see. You know what I can do? Because this is... I can dump one of those too. I'm going to put in my Dispels because he's got a deck that's just full to the brim of instants. Well, that looks pretty good, actually. Not bad. The voice, I think I will wait until, unless I get a dork here, I'll wait until turn 3 because I want to make sure that thing hits. This is a fun deck to play, I think. It's pretty enjoyable. You get to use some fun creatures. Let's see if you Shadow of Doubts me here. Nope. Cool. Nice. So I'm not gonna swing with the or I'm not gonna say swing. I mean like swing for the fences by casting the voice. I'm just gonna wait. I'll do that next turn. Hopefully he doesn't click me. Good. He's got his own dispels. Okay. Well, alright. You got one through. Young Pyro. I don't want it doing too much. Those tokens can get quite annoying. Bride Mage, save me. Spell Snare, okay. It's got a sword. Not super happy about that. High Arch is good here. Cast a click at the end of his turn. Okay. Well, down to one card for him. I'm gonna wait till he commits with mana on the sword for that thing before I remove it, I think. Or maybe not. He's all tapped out here, so. Nope, you don't want to do that. He's got something, some kind of burn. Can't stop it. I do still get my token. Oh no, it's an exiler. Oh well, what can you do? That's good. That's handy. Mm, yeah, whatever. Might as well cast it now. Cool. Well, play the land. I know you got one. Okay, good. I don't know why he wouldn't use that tech on my treetop. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but what do I know? He hates that. Glad I put those dispels in. He's in real bad shape. Threatening lethal next turn. Nice. Outstanding. Outstanding. So that's a solid deck. I mean, you see that red white or red blue Delver a lot now. It's in the top tier meta, and I took them apart. Even Mana screwed game one. This hits the table, and they just cannot profitably trade with it. Although he did have that Pillar of Flame or whatever it was that was able to one for one it, but it gives him problems. You cast it once it's on the board. It's kind of like, they can counterspell, but they sure as hell don't want to, and that gives blue decks fits. Uh, this, if it hits, gives red deck fits. So, um, some of the question marks for me right now are this, the Knight of the Reliquary. She's cool and can sometimes be huge, but I've not had her hit so far and just like come into the thing huge. Maybe I just don't have enough fetch lands, and that's probably the problem here. Is my mana base is off in some way? Need more fetches or something. That's probably it. But I don't know. There's just so many options. I mean, at three CC and Bant colors, you've got your troll ascetics. You've got which are then you're looking at, like, if I use the trolls, then I'm looking at a potential worship, troll worship package in there, which is kind of cool. Um, this guy is in here. He can help you punch through damage. It's I have swords, but I choose to use him because he does the same thing as a sword. When he comes down at 3, you put a token on him, and he comes down on turn three. He immediately does something, whereas the sword just sits there like a rock. Um, Next turn, he can put another counter on a different creature or on the same. So you're not putting all of your value on one. So it gives it the plus two, same as the sword. It doesn't give the extra bonus effects, but when you're ready to do an alpha strike, it's got an amazing one. The -3 is an amazing, and then of course like the alt. So the other thing is you can use the +1 even if it's an empty board, so it's never a dead card, unlike the swords. So it has a lot of advantages over the swords, I think. Um, it's rather large, 3 CC. He comes down and hits the deck, and he's a 5 loyalty counter, so he's difficult to remove profitably. Uh, so yeah, that's what I'm using him. So I'm more convinced on this than I am on this. So we'll see how it goes. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think. This is a new deck in progress. Everything's very much up in the air still. I haven't ironed down any kind of sideboard that I like. I've got just stuff in here that I want to test in the deck, like the dispels and the negates are like potential cards that I might bring into the deck. Um, this might raise some eyebrows. Dissolve. It is a great card. I mean, the more I use it, the more I like it. It's not a counter spell, it's not a cryptic command, but it's somewhere in between those two. It gives you you don't have quite the value that you get out of a cryptic counter and draw, but it's pretty close. Counter and scry, because it might be a useless card you draw. If you're drawing a land and you have no use for it or something, the scry works just as good. But let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching. Bye.